Michael, I mean, this meeting, I mean, it's one of many this week which will completely fascinate us and keep our attention. What's the most we can expect to come out of this Putin-Trump meeting on the sidelines of the G20 at Hamburg?
It's an interesting question because they sort of have two different goals here. For Donald Trump, it's sort of keeping his head above water. He goes into it with no particular plan, no particular subject he wants to discuss, according to his aides, and he's just going to sort of wing it. But he has to show that he can stand up to a guy who has a reputation as a very tough negotiator, very strong leader. The Russian economy in the tank, but Putin has a good reputation at this point, and a lot of people are expecting Donald Trump not to measure up. So for Trump, it's keeping his head above water. For Putin, it's the publicity that he will get, the PR at home from standing up to the U.S. president and making his points.
And then for the other leaders, Michael, so for example, Angela Merkel, what will her goal be? Because she'll obviously be trying to talk to various leaders as well and form alliances, maybe back-channel talks on various different things. Well,
she's the head of the G20 this year, and her goal is really to keep the organization on track. Their goals, the German goals, which become the G20's goals for the year, were to move forward on trade liberalization and avoid protectionism, and to keep making progress, particularly on climate change. Two subjects that Donald Trump's election has upset. And he has sort of steered them off track. She would like to get everybody back on track. It's going to be difficult because the president will be there bringing his America First campaign, and because there's so many other things going on around the table. Shinzo Abe arrives from Japan in a weakened political position. The U.S. has all of a sudden decided, now we're not as friendly with the Chinese as we were a couple of months ago, but we still need everybody's help with North Korea. A lot going on.
And so what might the communique actually reflect in the end, given that the president may not have the same kinds of ambitions policy-wise as the other leaders do there?
I suspect the communique will be about as bland as possible. They won't be able to reach any agreement on trade language. They haven't been able to in the finance ministers' meetings or the foreign ministers' meetings or the trade ministers' meetings, so they'll keep that out of it. They basically talk about the benefits of free and fair trade, but not talk about protectionism. And they'll also probably sidestep the issue of climate change. It'll be interesting to see, though, because Merkel is so strong on this, whether she drives any kind of 19 against 1 consensus on that.